Hey guys, Dave from Timber Time Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have a product review. It's an ice fishing product. This is the brand new Otter Vortex Pro Cabin. So this is the smallest hub they make. We're gonna give it a full review. So let's get to it. All right, guys. Like I said, new hub for me here. Little history. So I had an Otter Lodge hub. It was older. It was about 5 years old. It had the kind of the triangular doors. It was larger than I needed, and it was really heavy. And so, I fish alone most of the time. And I just wanted something a little bit easier to deal with. So this is much, much lighter. I think it's like 35, 38 pounds, something like that. It fits a lot better in the back of the Ranger, and I like the new door. So I've actually, they call it the tripless door. I used to trip on that door on the other one so many times. So I'm super excited. Lighter, smaller, easy to deal with, and it's got a much better door. So we'll set it up and we'll go inside and kind of show you that. The other thing that's kind of cool is I bought this at a sports show or an ice show, and they had a good promotion. And so we've got a lot of accessories that we're going to install. Some of them came with it, and some of them I bought. So the Otter ones came with it. They had like a kit. It's got rattle reels and all kinds of stuff. I probably won't use it all. And then I also bought a bunch of stuff from Eskimo. And I kind of like the Eskimo stuff better, but let's get it set up and we'll kind of show you my game plan here. All right, guys, before I set it up, I want to talk about one of the things that I really like about the Otter hubs, and it's this bag. So I know that some of the other companies are coming around, they're starting to change, but the Otter bag makes life so easy. When you're breaking down on the ice, it's dark, and you don't want to be dealing with like the tube style bag, like old lawn chairs, you shove them in there and take you an hour. If you got two people, that's not so terrible, but if you're trying to do it by yourself, complete nightmare. This works more on the premise of the body bag, if you will. So it's got two buckles. I think this is it's like tent stakes maybe that goes around the door. I'm not quite sure if this is even needed, but we'll find that out here. But nice big easy zippers, and you can see hopefully, you can get this thing in and out of here so easy. You got a nice cinch strap. And so, my other one was like that, 5 years old. So they haven't really changed the system, but if this is your first hub, this is one of the nice things about Otter is they've thought about that pack up process. Like that is the hardest part about a hub is packing everything up and getting off the ice. It's cold, your hands are freezing. And believe it or not, this bag makes life a lot easier. All right, guys, we're gonna set this thing up here. I'm inside the garage today because we have a snow-nami happening. So it's like 6 to 8 inches of snow, and then seriously cold air is coming in, like 15 below. So in the garage, so we can film. But essentially I've got this thing on the ground. I'll do a time lapse, we'll pop it up, and then we'll look inside, check out the door. All right, guys, you can see I got it set up here. Just takes a couple seconds, pull, push the top out. I will say it has a tendency to want to collapse here. So I'm guessing these poles, or maybe you have to stake it down. My other hub, it just had the trip doors, the triangles. It didn't have this, kind of floppiness by the door. So, yeah, let's go inside here, get my light set up so you can see, and we'll take you off the tripod. All right, so pretty straightforward. It's got the hubs. We got 4 hubs. We've got, oh boy, I hope the lighting's okay, guys. Window there. You've got one netting. My other one had 2 nets. Put a coat in here, whatever. Window. and a window here. And a window here. Good space though. You could easily fish 2 people in here. I don't think 3 would be, that'd be tough to do 3 people, but you could do 2, and it's an absolute perfect one man. You know, I'm probably gonna have my live scope right there. Probably have my back to the door. I will have, you know, live scope hole, set line. I'll probably rig up some kind of a dead stick holder. And then over here, I'll do my jigging line. But I'm going to get all the accessories set up and show you that. I just wanted to kind of show you, you know, looks like you got a pocket here. These are kind of worthless, to be honest. I don't know. My other one had the exact same system. You can maybe throw a Plano box in there or something, but you do have a flap here for your heat. Now this one's not set up for a diesel heater. And you know, some of the Eskimos have those great big sleeves for the diesel heaters. I don't know. I'm just not a diesel heater guy. You got to have electricity with those, and I haven't come around to that yet. But all right, let's get some of the accessories in here and kind of deal with the door. All right, guys. Terrible lighting. I get it. Nobody ever shows you how these doors work, and I just wanted to show you real quick. So you got three tent stakes basically. I don't even think they're needed. If you were to use a ice spike on each corner, I think you'd be fine. But you know, if you're going to sleep in one of these, probably would want to do it. It's really simple. There are little yellow little pockets at the top and bottom, and all you do is, you know, pull these out, undo the Velcro, pull them out. To put them back in, I like to, you know, stick this in first and then just kind of put it together like that, and then do your Velcro. Same thing goes here. You know, it's a little pocket. This one's a little tougher to do, but so I don't know if people are actually going to use these. Again, I think if you're set up in some serious wind or you're going to do an overnight, you probably would use them. But I don't know. They're just there as extra stability. Really simple. And again, there's 3 of them. It's a little easier to do it with it zippered shut. I don't know. That's the door. I have not seen a video on that, so hopefully that helped. But I actually don't think they're needed. All right, guys. I got everything all set up in here. I'm going to take you off the tripod and kind of show you how I'm going to use these accessories. Turned out pretty good. There's one thing I don't really like. We'll have to make some adjustments here, but all right. So as you can see on this side, I've got my heater over here, kind of tackle and bait pucks and tools and whatever. I'm gonna have 3 holes across this side. That side would be my dead stick. So that's my dead stick right there. And then sonar, I may have my live scope in. Sometimes I use 2, and so maybe I would have 2 holes in the middle for sonars. I'm not sure. And then I'm right-handed, so I jig on the right. So these are the Eskimo rod holders, and I like these. You know, the rods kind of fit down, and they have a nice seat there. They do adjust like straight up, 45, and vertically or horizontally. I'm not quite sure how I'll use that, but there's lots of accessories to choose from. So I like that system a lot. This I do not like. I don't know, I think I need to bend them or something. They just, in a bigger hub they might work, and these work really well in my flip over. But in this little hub, I don't know. They just don't work so great. Like, I don't know. They're okay, I guess, but you know, it's just a small hub for the way they stick out. So I don't know, I might bend some of the metal here. So I don't love those. You know, they're good quality, but I think I prefer the rod holders from the Eskimo. So I got my power box there. And then you can see got lights and a fan. So I think this is a pretty nice setup for a one guy for sure. Now you could fish 2 people in here, but you're not going to have everything dialed in like this. Oh, beverages over here, right, by the way. So yeah, cup holders, place for my tackle. So I think this is going to work out really well. And the last thing I'll show you is I'll kind of fold everything up and show you how it fits in the Ranger. And that's really the main reason I bought it, is because my other one didn't fit in the Ranger very well. And this is a lot lighter, so. All right, let's fold her down. Okay guys, the last thing I want to show you is how this fits in the Ranger if you got a small vehicle. They don't get much smaller than this, so I want to show you how it fits in here. It's just a hair too long, but let's throw it in here and you can kind of get a feel for it. So a lot lighter than my other one. But you can see here, it's like 2 inches too big. Now I can get it in here, but it has to kind of sit up at an angle. But I can get the sides zipped down. So it's way better than my other one. The other one was a struggle for me to lift, and it was like hanging way out like this. So in bad weather and on snow's flying everywhere, at least I can shut the tailgate and drop that down. Everything's nice and tidy. All right guys, that's gonna do it for the Otter Vortex Pro Cabin Hub Shelter review. If you found this video entertaining or you liked it in any way, please hit the like button, subscribe, send it to your friends, and remember everybody, keep it in the timber. Bye-bye.